Welcome to Campus Insiders and the principal edge to the game. Ray Crawford here with Fiutak and Doug Chapman, and we're looking ahead here at week 4, guys. Some big matchups. Let's start, Doug, here in the Big 12. You've got Oklahoma and West Virginia. Which has the edge here, the Sooners secondary or the Mountaineers passing game?
I've got to give Oklahoma secondary the edge. They're going to get tested. Clint Trickett's averaging 400 yards passing, over 400 yards passing per game, 75% completion, and his main target, Kevin White's averaging 153 yards receiving per game. Now, Oklahoma's got 6 interceptions in their 3 games this year, and up front, they've got Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle, and Eric Stryker to get pressure on quarterbacks. Trickett can throw it all over the yard, but if he's on his back, he won't be able to. That Oklahoma secondary gets the edge.
A big SEC showdown as Alabama plays host to Florida. So, who has the edge here? Florida's defensive line or Alabama's offensive line?
Oh, the Alabama offensive line, maybe because that running game is going to be fantastic. The defensive front of Florida is really talented and really good, but it's also trying to still come together. It's not quite there yet. As the season progresses, Florida's going to have one of the best defenses in the SEC and the country. They had problems in the second half against Kentucky, but against this Alabama offensive line, when everything else breaks down, they just keep handing it off, and let that offensive line get into a lather. It's more about the Alabama running backs than it is the offensive line, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be the Alabama offensive line.
Doug, everyone is taking notice of BYU and their quarterback, Taysom Hill. So who gets the edge here, Virginia's defense or BYU's offense?
I've got to go with BYU's offense. Virginia's defense is much improved. They've got 11 sacks on the year, averaging 8 tackles for loss a game, have 5 interceptions. They've gotten much better on the defensive side, but Taysom Hill is playing like a man with his hair on fire. They're averaging 488 yards of offense per game, BYU is. And while Virginia has a strong D, they can't stop Taysom Hill. He can run it, he can throw it, doesn't turn the ball over. If they don't get pressure on him, he may have another big day.
Nebraska versus Miami here, Bo Pelini against Al Golden.
Yep.
Which coach gives their team the edge?
I am on the Bo Pelini apologist tour. I think he's a fantastic head coach who gets a bum rap. All he does every year is win 9+ games, keeps his team in the conference championship, and keeps winning and winning there. No, he's not taking them to national titles. I know that's what Husker fans want, but I think Pelini's a terrific head coach. My problem in this game is the Big Ten. They're bad at playing college football. They are 1-10 against teams from the Power 5 conferences in Notre Dame, and now you got to go against a Miami team that's better, more athletic. It's improved under Al Golden over the last few years. I'm still going Bo Pelini. I still think he has the edge over Al Golden. But again, Big Ten, put an asterisk by this.
Bo Pelini and his cats. I don't know if one will make an appearance in
and his turtlenecks.
That's right. Guys, thanks very much for the insight. This has been your Principal Edge to the Game. Principal will give you an edge.